Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a girl named Gabrielle. She was desperate to escape the prison that was her quiet, boring hometown and was in need of a grand adventure. So it must have been destiny when she received an email telling her that she had been accepted into Northeastern's NUN program. She was about to embark on an adventure that would take her halfway across the world for her very first semester of college. Though Gabrielle's parents were nervous about sending their little princess 10,000 miles from home, they were both loving and supportive. So on a hot summer's day in August, after a tearful goodbye, Gabrielle boarded a plane with 150 other wide-eyed, adventure-seeking students and took off to Australia. After a 6-hour flight to LAX, a 10-hour layover, and then another 16 hours of flying, we finally arrived in Melbourne, the city that we would soon call home. Cars drove on a different side of the road, people spoke with thick Aussie accents, and the train screeched and whistled outside my window all night. It quickly became apparent that living here might take a bit of getting used to. Within the first week of arriving, NUN students were taken to the Healesville Animal Sanctuary. We finally had our first taste of Australian wildlife. Kangaroos, koalas, Tasmanian devils, all were just a few feet away. It was amazing. We learned a lot about Australian wildlife that day. Apparently, even if you keep asking, you are not allowed to cuddle any of the animals. And I think it's safe to say Australia is an environmentally conscious country. A few days later, we got to attend Australia's favorite pastime, a footy match. We barely understood how it was played, but we had a blast cheering on the teams anyways. The ISAs took us on many fun-filled excursions. One of them was our trip to Phillips Island. Along the way, we stopped at a beautiful beach where we could chase each other around in the water, play in the sand dunes, and take in the beauty of the surrounding area. And that night, we were able to see the most adorable penguins come onto the shore. We got up close and personal with koalas on another NUN trip along the Great Ocean Road. Again, we visited a gorgeous beach. We got to look out over a popular attraction called the 12 Apostles. Although only 8 remain, it is still a stunning view. It was too chilly for me to brave the water that day, and so windy that I was affectionately referred to as Medusa. But it was totally worth it. As amazing as Australia is, it didn't quite quench my thirst for travel. So my friends and I decided to take advantage of Australia's location and spend our semester break in New Zealand. New Zealand has to be one of the most beautiful places on earth and is home to so many breathtaking sights. We took a boat tour of Milford Sound, a place so stunning that it has been called the 8th wonder of the world. Along the way, and all throughout New Zealand, there were sheep. Lots and lots of sheep. For some added fun, my friends and I went whitewater rafting and did some strenuous hiking. I even had a spa night with one of my closest friends. It was a week we will never forget. Service learning is an important component in the NUN program. We were involved with several organizations and fundraisers, including Walk in the Park, Boop Around the Bay, and Second Bite's Pin and Win. My favorite service learning project had to be the work my class did for Fair Share. As a class, we raised over $1,300 through various fundraisers, including Hawthorne's Got Talent, which I helped to host. Once we raised the money, we helped work in one of Fair Share's kitchens, where we got to work hands-on with creating, packing, and maybe even tasting the meals. It was a great feeling knowing the work we did would directly benefit families who truly needed it. As the months progressed, I found myself inundated with my mother's emails. Honey, how are your classes going? Sweetie, are you eating enough? Gabs, have you made friends? So here's the honest truth. Classes are classes. Some good, some bad, but you make the best of what you have and you just keep up the hard work. Even though I gave up on cooking after several failed attempts and one small kitchen fire, I can assure you I definitely ate enough. And as for friends, I've made some amazing ones here in Australia. You know, the kind you can be really weird with and they won't judge you. Together we have made memories that we will keep with us for the rest of our lives. Truth be told, joining the NUN program was possibly one of the most nerve-wracking decisions in my 18 years of existence. But if I could go back and do it all over again, I would choose NUN Australia again in a heartbeat. I got to live in one of the most amazing places on earth for 4 months, make lifelong friends, and create memories I hope never to forget. Being here has given me a new sense of self-reliance, independence, and responsibility that I have never had before, as well as a new appreciation of everything I have back home. It has truly been the adventure of a lifetime.